So it's about 85 outside, 83 inside. I've been working from home all day. Just in the past hour or two, turned on the thinning light in the sunroom. It's definitely warm in here. I should move my little temperature sensor in here. As I've said before, this I can't get to figure out yet. See the blades moving? That is not because of that, because it's too low. And while it's windy out, I've yet to see the fan move because of that. What is actually causing those blades to slightly move is that. We'll get to that in a minute. So I've done fans running videos, obviously, already this season, but just showing you what we're doing today. So, little thin light doing its job. I gotta put that away. Early last month, there was some mornings that it was chilly, so that would like take the edge off out here because you can see it's like a deck floor. But being that this is new to me, and we're gonna see how much of it's really a 3-season sunroom. We're gonna see how much we can make it a 4-season. All right, so you can probably hear in the camera the wind. Here is the Vornado Model. This is on high, and it moves some serious air. It's checking the boxes so far. Checking the boxes. If you haven't seen the review video I did on this in the unboxing, it's rather lengthy, but if you're interested in the Model 80, check out that video. What I like about it, I didn't realize this during the checkout video because it was dark outside when I put it in the window. It has that McGraw Edison. Yes, those who know me know I'm always gonna use an excuse to bring up an Edison, but an Edison fan, because that motor is mounted in the rear grille, in the front it gives this appearance of like there's just this hub kind of floating, and this kind of has that appearance. But this is well designed from an airflow standpoint. The only box that I'm going to be curious is longevity, durability, serviceability. Even though the front grille comes off, they advertise that. Going to oil this thing eventually could be a real pain. So the recently demoted Utilitech, I just threw it on the counter. Usually I throw a fan on the counter when I have the air conditioning going over there, and so it pushes it through. But since it was still right here, I thought I'd use it. This fan was actually, believe it or not, no slouch in that window. You probably can't even hear it over the Vornado. No slouch, but it's on low, it's a little spare. My office, which has turned into the fan room, surprise, surprise. It's 83 degrees in here. We're exhausting air out with my personal favorite, McGraw Edison comfort fan. Down the hall, got the Pro Power. And I'm not gonna put it in a window because it's just gonna blow into the back of the couch. And depending if the sun's shining, I pull that shade down just to protect the leather. This is a relatively quiet fan. It's on high. And it's just here to move the air around. In fact, I could more or less point it that way a little bit more. You guys have seen this video in the condo location. This used to be up on the 4th floor in that slider. Now that there's rentals there, I'm sure they just run the air. And then last but not least, this is the guest room. Doesn't look too much like a guest is staying in here, but it's going to be. Got the HV Air King going. And then you can see some other fans just kind of hanging out here. They're gonna make their way to the basement. This is the second Dayton. I have the one in my room. This one will not be used. This is for my collection, my show collection, that Edison will not be used either. Maybe I'll take it out occasionally to enjoy it, but I have a duplicate copy that's kind of rough. That other one will be my kind of user. This Toastmaster I've had for a long time now. I don't think I've ever used it. I might have used it once for a checkout video. So I got to debate on what I want to do with that. It might. I have two of those. One's in the garage. The other location, I physically put it in the garage in 2010, 11, and haven't moved it since. And then I have a copy of that Toastmaster as well. Those who follow the channel, that's the Pelonis with the blown thermal fuse. That's now kind of got pushed back to the back pile just because it's summertime. Yet another McGraw Edison. This one I got past 6-8 months. I've done a checkout video on it. Another Air King with the HV blades in it. I did say I would do 3 of those. I have yet to do the third one, but I have the metal blades to do it. And then S223. Let's go upstairs. I keep looking at the time because I have to run out for an appointment. So I'm going to try to make the rest of this video kind of quick. Excuse my laundry. Here's the other Dayton on exhaust. It's going to be cool when I get to the point where I'm doing a comparison between this fan and that Vornado. It is going to be 2 heavyweights going at it. From a aesthetics view, I like this fan better. It's, all metal. All right. For those of you who know Eddie, this is what we got going on in here. This is his trash saved Lasco. Is that a Lasco or Galaxy? I always say that every video he shows up in. Oh, it's Galaxy. Yeah, I did a video on it. I called it Galaxy Class in reference to Star Trek, the Enterprise D, which is a Galaxy Class starship. That is not a Galaxy Class fan. This is Galaxy Class because it's awesome. Hot living. Every time I see this, I see Robbie. Eddie's coveted Hampton Bay HV fan. And then purple cool colors. Another hot living air conditioner that needs to go in. Daughter was supposed to be here last night but was not. So I've just been kind of holding off because I enjoy with these fans on intake and my fan on exhaust. At night it just pulls through that upstairs of this house the cool air. So I've been kind of holding off on putting that second air conditioner in. Here's the invisible Vornado. Talk about 2 different types of sounds. The Dayton has that classic, it's like comparing a V8 to a High-Revving 4-cylinder with a turbo, right? The V8 up here is just powerful, big block, just loping along. And then this thing's High-Revving with its fingernail blades thrown off the air. Gonna mow the lawn. So tucked in here, in the bushes, is the Edison. I'm not worried about the sun baking it because of the roadie, and I talked about this before. I have had McGraw Edison fans growing up, and they lived in the window in the sun, and those guards never have become brittle. So I was not here last weekend. I was in Pennsylvania with some of you at the fan meet. That's why my grass is kind of long. I didn't cut the grass, and it's kind of drying out, so Here's our buddy, the Air King. And then upstairs, we got all three going. I know this is not exactly an all-star team up here, but you know, the Galaxy, and he likes him. I think because he feels it's a win. He got it for free and fixed it. And my daughter, you know, the purple. So I think that's all we're gonna be able to see from out here. Maybe we can sneak around and see the thin light from outside. So what I was thinking of doing is I gotta clear these chairs out. I'm still, again, organizing for moving in, but I gotta clear out these extra chairs here, and I was thinking of some way of taking my 3733 and just like, I don't know, suspending it from the top and creating like an exhaust fan just to exhaust the air out. I also need to acquire a power washer. Yep, there it is. That's on low, it's not on high. So, in service, I have 2 Edison fans. At one point in time, I thought about making Edison's, like just all the fans are Edisons, but you know, and I have enough in the collection to do that and still have leftovers. But I do enjoy the other fans for sure, you know, and it's cool from talking to you guys and getting suggestions on fans like the Vornado. That's kind of an experiment, an expensive one, of course. It's moving a ton of air. And then these, you know, Lamont got me going on these, and I think, quite frankly, if I was buying brand new box fans and I wasn't going to break the bank with Vornados, this is what I would standardize on these, because the thick cabinet, closest thing to a older style fan, that bigger cabinet. All right, and I think that's going to do it. So thanks for watching. Fans running, and I certainly will try to capture any other variation I may have going on. Really, the big variation is the Vornado, and I wanted to show you guys during the day. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. See you next time.